And we are recording. Excellent. Welcome officially, everyone, to the LISSA meeting for September. I will go ahead and get us started. I didn't plan an icebreaker or anything this time because I figure we're far enough into the semester that we're so tired of coming up with things about ourselves for different groups that we're good. We're good. But I'll just get started with the things I've planned to talk about tonight, and then we'll go down our list. I want to especially talk about we have two things coming up this week. One is Thursday, and it's our first alumni speaker, and we'll be speaking with Jennifer Wicker on Thursday at 7, and I have that Zoom link that I'm gonna pop in here. Jennifer is a former president of the Virginia Library Association, and she's currently head of reference services for Radford University. So I'm really excited to speak to her, and she's excited to speak to us as well. It'll be a nice introduction to, I'm especially interested in getting involved at a bigger level, something like a state level. I think that's exciting. So our second thing this week is on Sunday, a week from today, we'll have our first Crit Lib. Diane is going to talk a little more about that, so I won't say much, but I believe it's at 4. Is that right, Diane? Okay, cool. And do we have a link for that? I know we have a link for that. I don't know if I have the link for that up already. I don't, but I will, after I'm done talking, I'll find it and put it in our chat.
Becky, will the links be on the LISSA, on our LISSA page?
Yes. Okay. Links are out there. Molly's been sending them out. They're on the resource site. Greg has been sending out messages from Molly. So this isn't your only chance to grab the links. They are out there.
I just wanted it said for the record, for the minutes. So if anybody listens to the minutes.
Thank you.
Know.
Yes. Upcoming after this week, we've got several things coming up besides our general meeting and Crit Lib. Actually, in October, we've also got a speaker October 12th and town hall October 13th. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday. And the Wednesday night, they will let you go into class late because that town hall is, the entire department for LIS, and Dr. O'Connor wants as much participation so that we can get as many questions and concerns addressed as possible. Molly has sent out a form for that so that people can submit their anonymous questions. Those go right to the the LISSA email so that we can get those to Dr. O'Connor.
I have a question. How were those sent out? I don't know that I got that form.
I think it actually came directly from Greg. So and all of the kind of LISSA updates will come from Greg, but I'll kind of send it to him first to send out to the listserv. But I think that he sent it, is it Monday or Tuesday this week? I want to say.
Okay, maybe I didn't read the whole email that it was a town hall, and I knew that and didn't see that there was a form about that, because during the faculty meeting, Dr. O'Connor mentioned that she wanted questions from the students as much beforehand.
And now that you're saying that, I think
he didn't send the form.
Not the form, but the Zoom link and the date and kind of save the date announcement. But the form is out on social media.
I'm going to pop that into the chat right now.
Thank you, Becky. So the LIS program, like Facebook page and Twitter account, they sent out something and I retweeted or posted those. And then as we get closer to the event, I'll repost things as well so that people have them. And I think they'll probably also send a follow-up email message from the department too.
And in the past, I've had professors bring it up. I think, the times that I've gone, it hasn't been really highly attended, but they really want feedback, to be as open for everyone as possible. So your professors might mention it too.
Brittany, do you have a question?
Hi, yes. I just didn't want to jump in while y'all were talking. I'm not getting related emails from like Greg and etc. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to like sign up through LISSA like another way to make sure that like y'all have my email and stuff like that. Well, not y'all, but like Greg, I guess. I'm not sure because like when y'all are talking about events and all of that, I'm not getting them from like Greg. So it's just something I just don't know. I just don't know that it's happening really.
So
Interesting.
that he sends it out to the list serve for the students instead of a LISSA specific group. So if you're not getting announcements from Greg, that might mean that he doesn't have you on the list serve. Do you want me to email him for you, Brittany? I'll just copy you on it
Sure.
and make sure that we've got you added to it.
Sure. He'll be less confused if it comes from you because I always email him stuff about work because I'm a
Oh,
GA and then it'll just be confusing.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Brittany,
but then
I
since
just, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Brittany, I just forwarded you his last email with the Zoom links we were just talking about.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if I get any that I get in the next week, I'll make a note to forward them to you. So you have them this week until he gets you added to the list.
Yes. That sounds great because I'm like out of the loop, not on purpose. It's just I don't know when things are happening and I'm trying to keep up.
Right. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. We don't want you to feel out of the loop. I wonder if because he has you on something for the graduate assistants, he's like, oh, she just knows everything. That's at least that's how I would think. But yeah,
Right.
yeah, no, I will definitely email Greg and I'll copy you on it so you know I've gotten it done. So that we can make sure you know. That's doesn't that make you nervous? It makes me nervous. Like, how many people aren't on that list? But I'm not going to think about it. We're just going to barrel on.
Send it on to Greg.
Yes.
See who else. Thanks for letting us know though, Brittany. That's really good to know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's all I've got from me, except I'm going to find the link for CritLib so that when Diane's talking about it, we have the link here.
I actually just put it on the agenda, so you could copy it from there if you want.
Oh, awesome.
It's
cool,
under
cool.
Stephanie's name because Stephanie's not here with us tonight, so I'm speaking in her place. So yes, the first CritLib meeting is this Sunday, the 26th at 4 p.m., middle of the afternoon. And did you find that link? So the topic will be responding to street harassment, but I hope that some people were able to attend the webinar that was this past Wednesday, because that's kind of what we'll be talking about. It was put on by an organization called Hollaback, and I'm going to actually put their link in the yeah, it's hollaback.org. ihollaback.org is their website. And so you wouldn't be able to see the whole webinar on that page, but you will be able to see all of the resources and get a sense of what they talk about and what we'll be talking about, which was the 5 Ds of responding to street harassment as a witness, a bystander. So trying to help out. So that's all I got about that. Do you have anything, Molly? I think you're next on the.
Yeah, my one update for tonight is, aside from everybody continuing to follow social media, because that's the best way alongside email to get all our LISSA updates. Something that we have in the works that I've been working on with a few people across the program is a kind of session where we talk about the importance of using LinkedIn as students and as future alumni of the program, so that we can keep connected with the program, see who has been in currently and out and what everybody's doing, and just continue to stay connected. This was an idea that we kind of talked about later, like in the spring semester this year, as a way to see like who all is connected to the program. And so we're getting that together now. It should be for the week of November 15th, which we know is right at the end of the semester. But for those graduating, it might be a nice kind of like end of the program, you know, looking ahead to what's next. So when we have that information, we'll send out a save the date about that. But yeah, excited about that. I think it's going to be really cool. I think that's my one update for tonight.
Yay, thank you, Molly. So now it's my turn. I'm not Stephanie anymore. So I have been working a little bit on updating our affiliation with ALA, the American Library Association. And oh yeah, I see that. I can go back and put that CritLib link in the chat. There we go. Oh, that didn't show up as a link. I'm so sorry. I'll have to come back to that. Let me talk about this and I'll come back to that. Okay, so I'm working on updating our ALA affiliation, and there are a lot of things that we can do with ALA if we so choose, or that our individual members can do with ALA. So as LISSA, we don't charge a membership fee for you to be a part of our chapter, but anybody who wants to look into more of the opportunities provided through ALA and NCLA, the North Carolina Library Association, they actually have a student membership, which I think is $40 and includes membership to both ALA and NCLA. And that's a really great deal compared to what normal membership rates would be if you were not a student. And it gives you a lot of resources that you can use. Our chapter here at UNCG was started in 1988, I believe. And so I'm working on getting the updated information onto the website there with our current officers and everything. So that's my update about that. My quick finance report, since I'm the treasurer, is that the ACLU donation that was started by last year's officers has been completed. It took quite a while, the whole summer, as a matter of fact, but they got their $350, yay! And that was finalized in our account record on the 9th of September. So our current balance as of today is $1,178.85. We do have another donation that is pending, and that is our donation for Jackson Library, which we talked about at our last meeting, and that is to cover the purchase of some books, which will be for future CritLib sessions and for other books that are desired by people in our program. That could be either professors or students, and I wonder if we should send something out to the student body that says, hey, if there's some resource that you need through the library now has funds to purchase things, and let our fellow students make some recommendations. You think that would be a good idea?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, who knows better other than the teachers, but the students. Yeah, I think their feedback, that's a great idea, Diane.
I think especially people who are working on research projects or something that need really specific materials. Molly, would you mind sending something about that to Greg? Do you want me to write something up to?
Yeah, if you want to send something to me, I think we can
Okay.
take a look at that together.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I've got.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Thanks, Diane. What is the source of funding for this group?
So we have a fundraiser that we do every spring. It is selling t-shirts that has provided a couple $100 a few, maybe up to $500 or something like that each year. And we also have the possibility of applying for funds through the Student Government Association. I think that's what they're called. We didn't apply for money this term because last year we didn't need any money and didn't spend any money, and so we just had some. But we are allowed to do that. There are certain rules set up that you have to follow in order to receive that funding, and if you don't spend it all, you have to give it back and things like that. So it has to be for a very specific purpose, not just, hey, give us money.
I see Sarah's going to talk about that too. So thanks.
Okay, I guess I am up. So I sent out the meetings to the board. So for the voting board, can I just get somebody to approve the meetings from the last minute?
Approved.
Did I say minutes from the last minute?
I knew
Is
what
that
you
what I
meant.
just said? Oh my God. See, you should not take 3 classes. It messes up your brain. So if I can get somebody to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All
I make
right.
a motion to approve.
So we've got a, Diane, can I put you down as a second?
Mhm.
Anybody opposed? All right, we're good. Okay, so I attended my first, let me double check. Jordan Stackhouse is not on this call, correct? No. Okay. So the Graduate Student Association has 2 senators from the LISSA department, Jordan and myself. Jordan actually has the opportunity to attend in-person meetings, and Nora Bird asked me to attend online since I'm out of state, just to see how they responded, with Zoom meetings and how much inclusion there would be. And then we also have an alternate. So we're not allowed to ask for funds unless someone attends every single meeting. And at the last meeting, Jordan and I both were there. So the fall 2021 funding window opens October 15th at 6 p.m. and closes October 29th at 11:59 p.m. And I'll make sure to send this out to the executive board, and then we can decide how we want to let all of LISSA know about this. But there are 2 types of funds. There's a research capstone fund, and there's a professional development fund. The research capstone fund is up to $300 reimbursement after the department makes the purchase. So the LISSA department would have to, or the I guess not LISSA, LIS would have to make the purchase, and then the GSA would reimburse. The Graduate Student Association would reimburse. The item belongs to the department. So this is the kind of thing that if you needed something in order to complete your capstone, I guess for us, that would be a research project, which would be capstone B. So if you're working towards capstone B and you need to purchase something, maybe books or materials of some sort, you could apply for this funding. And I think it's $300 across the board. The way I understood it, it's not like they decide, okay, you get $50 and when you apply, it's either $300 or nothing. The departments can contribute additional funding. So if whatever you needed was more than 300, the department can provide the rest of it, and multiple students can apply. So if in order to complete your capstone, if you needed some kind of fancy printer and it was going to cost several $100s, 2 or 3 students could apply together to get, say 3 students applied, you get the $900, you get the printer, and then it belongs to the LIS department, but you've got it to help you finish your capstone. Does that make sense? That's the research capstone fund. The one that probably could affect us more, something that we might be able to use more, is the professional development fund. And it's up to $200 per student. It's not $300. It's just up to $200 per student to attend conferences and anything related to professional development. However, because of COVID, they are not funding anybody to go in person. It can only be There's no travel conferences allowed. It can only be through Zoom, Teams, whatever. It can only be virtual conferences. Let's see. And I believe you have to pay for it yourself, and then you'll get the approval, but you pay for it. You have to actually be able to submit that you and show proof that you attended online, that it was virtual, that you did not actually attend in person, and then they will reimburse you for it. That is
I have a question about that at some point.
Yes.
When we're looking at the conference, it'll be in Winston. What is it, guys? SELA? Is that the SELA? That one, the NCLA?
Yeah, it's through NCLA, right? Or like a combo conference.
Yeah. That's both virtual and in person.
So they're going to get back to us on that, because that question was brought up during the meeting. And the president of the organization said, I don't see where that's a problem as long as you as a UNCG student attends virtually.
I think they have different registration options, so you can register to go in person or register to attend online.
As long as you're registered to attend online and do not attend in person, they will not pay anything for you to attend in person. So it can be both, but you have to show proof that you attended virtually.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then
$25 for students, which is really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
For NCLA.
Let's see. In the past, being a presenter was actually required to be refunded for this at a conference, but that's not anymore. I thought that was a big ask for students, but they've eliminated that. And when you're applying, the things that you need are a letter of support from a faculty advisor. There's a student reimbursement form that's found on the GSA, the Graduate Student Association website, you know, those acronyms we love. A receipt of the conference with an itemized list of costs, proof of attendance. And that was it. So there'll be more information listed on the GSA website. I'll drop a link in there in just a minute. And you can also reach out to the treasurer. I will put her, oh, thank you, that's it. Thank you, Becky. And also, if you look at the agenda, there's the treasurer, the GSA treasurer, Claire Newman, her email address. So if you have specific questions that the website doesn't answer, you can send them to Claire. So any other questions about the Graduate Student Association fund opportunities?
Can I just add a couple things?
Please.
So you talked about 2 funding opportunities that are for individual students. Individual students would apply for those, and that is separate, just to clarify to everybody, that is separate from us as the organization LISSA applying for funding, which can be done once per semester, I believe. So just to clarify that. And also just to, I don't know if any of you have attended conferences before, but like you said, it sounds like a huge thing to ask students to be presenters at conferences, but they actually have an entire section of the conference that is called poster presentations that is done almost exclusively by students. And that's where you like make posters of research projects or things that you've done in your classes. And you don't have to actually do a speech. It's a poster presentation. So you just have your posters displayed and you stand there in case people have questions about them. So it's a really good opportunity for students that want that kind of experience, and it could go on a resume and that kind of stuff. So just a note.
That's great. And the posters that you're talking about, is that the NCLA conference? Or
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's really great. Thank you for that clarification that yes, for anybody watching this, what Diane just said, very important point, that anybody in the department can apply for these funds, that it is not just through this organization, anybody. And they want to get the word out. They want to give this money out. So they want to make sure that all the teachers know about it. And Molly, I can send you kind of a brief recap, to use for social media, to make sure that students know that individually they can apply for these things.
That'd be great. Thanks, Sarah.
No problem. And then the last thing I had, Diane had already mentioned it, but I just wanted it for the record, that the donation to the UNCG library, which is in progress, was discussed, voted, and approved on by the executive board on September 7th at 8:05 p.m. to purchase, to purchase Libraries with Spines, volumes 1 through 3, to support CritLib, and the rest of the money is to purchase books for the LIS department. And that's all I have.
It should also be noted that that's the greatest book title.
Right.
Library.
It's actually Librarians with Spines, not libraries.
But the best
Okay.
title.
Librarians with Spines. Oh, that makes it even better. Diane, you're just going to have to be my spell check. I'm so sorry, but I thank you.
I thought I voted for it too, but maybe I didn't voice it. I don't know.
I may have just missed it, but I'm adding it. I'll put you on here. Jennifer?
I don't want anyone to think that I was opposed, but you did put that on there.
No, I just went through the chat and I may have missed you, so I'm adding it now. I'll just put we all approved. Any questions from our attendees, from Brittany or Nikki or Julianne? Do you have any questions about what we're talking about here?
I think I'm following along pretty well. It's good to hear what's going on, so I appreciate it. Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, Becky, did you want me to do the faculty meeting update?
Yeah, if you don't mind. And then I actually would love for us to all chat about the upcoming conference just for a couple of minutes too. But if you want to talk about the faculty meeting from Friday.
Okay. So I went in place of Becky this time because I also live in Greensboro, and I went in person, although I think they decided that they're offering Zoom now. So anyway, I was there in person. It was fun to be on campus with all the students and see lots of the faculty. I would say it was evenly attended by Zoom and in person in the conference room on the 4th floor of the School of Education. I presented to them as part of one of the committee updates, and essentially I told them that you guys had arranged a speaker series, and that we are also doing CritLib, and we were alternating that with the book study, the book club. So, and I told them that I don't see it on here, but I can't remember the name, but it was like the title. What's the title of the book?
The Dark Fantastic.
Right. Okay. I did tell them that. I can't remember what it was called now. So they were, the comment on that was that they would like to participate, some members in attending the speaker series and the CritLib, and I think Tammy Brewer said that it was that we picked things that were, pick things that were a little different for the CritLib, that weren't the same topic. And I told them about the ACLU donation. I can't remember if I mentioned the Jackson Library donation because it was pending. And then the only other time I was called upon was they were asking for feedback about Welcome Day, because they were thinking about adding some information about the capstone project so that people would be clear about what the expectations were. And I really don't know what those expectations are, except there's something about after 18 hours, you're supposed to take certain classes. And I guess it's, they want to make sure that we, all the students have all the information at different, have different touchstones to get that information so that moving forward that everyone will do the project. It'll be a smooth transition to that.
Jennifer, I have a quick question on that, Adam, and it's kind of for the group. I don't remember if we've talked about the capstones in the town halls before, but I feel like that could be a really good time to do that because people could submit questions anonymously if they aren't comfortable, about asking their advisor or whoever about it, if they just really don't know what to do or what to prepare for. I feel that I'm in the not sure what to prepare for boat right now, just being about halfway through the program. And I feel like the town hall would be nice if you have a lot of like professors kind of signed on to be there. And the other thing I was thinking is it'd be nice to hear examples of what people have done before so that you can kind of have something to go off of. So you're not just like, I have no idea where to start with this.
I agree. And I think adding one more thing to the welcome day is pointless, honestly. I mean, good gracious, it's long enough and you're just starting out and you're like, capstone, that's the end. But
Yeah,
if
Becky,
not,
that was brought up by a faculty member.
yeah,
The faculty member said that would be information overload, and that was sort of my opinion because I'm like, I still don't even know what they said, and they were talking about some of it in the meeting. I couldn't remember as it wasn't relevant to me. I told them I just tuned out, but I think Dr. Connor just wanted to make sure that it was mentioned at some point, not go into detail during the welcome day, but make sure it gets talked about a little bit.
If it were talked about in the town hall, or even if they had a separate, if they're concerned about taking away time from town hall, which I don't think it's I think it would probably be fine, but even if they had a separate capstone, because I certainly as a right, just like Nikki said, they could have capstone information sessions.
I think that'd be really
because also if you're school library, school media specialist, that concentration, it's completely different. And so I certainly wouldn't want to lose people in the confusion, of this, you go this way and you go this way. So yeah, something separate would be nice. And yes, I agree, Brittany, scattered throughout the semesters, because the beginning is very hectic, the end is very hectic. Everybody is hectic at different times throughout. So, and I know that's true for faculty too. So I hate to say do it, once a week, but just multiple options would be great.
I think that what I gathered, what I can remember from the faculty meeting, if this helps, I think that they're aware that it's not clear to everybody what to do. And honestly, because I was planning on being school media, I didn't think it was completely relevant to me because don't we have a different kind of project? So
right, it's
so
different.
I just kind of tuned out. So yeah. When they talk about that's what I do, and so that did come up. So they're thinking of ways to help us. And I will have to say that that's my general impression of the faculty, that they really are great at trying to help the students go through the program smoothly and have all the knowledge that they need. They're certainly not intentionally trying to keep things from people. They want people to succeed. And okay, so did anybody else have any questions about that? I think maybe there was one other thing I could say about the meeting. They were talking about advisors. I guess there's a little bit of a new system with advisors. There was a lot of talk about administrative stuff that I I listened to, but I didn't retain any of it.
That's okay. I think that's awesome. Well, thank you for going to that. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
And I just wanted to bring up what we talked about a little bit earlier about the NCLA and SELA conference coming up in October. I know Molly put the link to the registration in the chat, and I would love to, you know, if other people are going, I mean, I'm hoping to go in person. If we can just get somebody hired at the library so that my boss and I have breaks. But I'm hoping to be there for the in-person part and to be virtual, you know, for all of it. So if others are going, I would love for us to be able to, you know, meet up there, or, you know, maybe if, I don't even know if UNCG is having a table, you know, so I just thought I'd put that out there to see what other people are thinking.
I feel like they said that they want to attend the conference, but when they're using the acronyms, like Brittany said, I wasn't sure if I got it right. They were talking about SELA or not. But yeah, I would like to go.
Well, I will, who would be best? Maybe Dr. O'Connor. Maybe I'll just reach out to Dr. O'Connor and see if they're having a table, and, you know, if LISSA should, you know, could be a part of it, or, I mean, heck, I'm going either way. So even if it's just a go say hi, I would love to see it. But if any of you guys decide, because I think, you know, like Molly said, it's $25 and we're all broke graduate students, but I think I can probably find $25 somewhere.
And we might get it back if we have.
And we might get it back. That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. So, I mean, just given that it's an affordable conference that's really close by, I'm definitely going to try to go. So if you're thinking you're going to go, I'd love to, you know, feel free to send me an email and I'll look for you.
It could be fun to talk about things that we learned from the conference. at some people do go.
Yeah. So does anybody have anything else for the good of the order, as I like to say, like Joe? I don't think Joe was the first person to ever say that, but in my head, she always will be. I think if we're done, Joe said it, of course, yeah. If we're good, I'm happy to adjourn. I don't know if I guess we do that officially. Would anybody like to? Yes, Nikki says thumbs up. 2. I think we're adjourned.
Seconded.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you Thursday for our speaker and then Sunday for Crit Lib. So have a great week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.